these other theories out there other than what is being perpetuated by the government and by the mainstream media. And it's kind of interesting to see now with this X-Files kind of pushing back against that as well. We're all Alex Jones.
Yeah, everyone needs to do their part in exposing things. If you see something, film it and get it out there.
Absolutely. And stop, for goodness sake, stop posting the videos on YouTube with the fake alien invasions and, like, using After Effects to be like, oh, what's this sound effect? Because it does just discredit anything that could actually be. You have to kind of sift through all of the nonsense. Well, let's go ahead and play this clip, because when I first watched the clip where... sorry, I've lost my video thing. The blueprint for global domination. It is literally like they just listened to an Alex Jones show and copied it verbatim. Go ahead and roll.
Driven not only by corporate greed, but a darker objective.
The takeover of America.
And then the world itself, by any means necessary, however violent, or cruel, or efficient. By severe drought, brought on by weather wars, conducted secretly using aerial contaminants and high-altitude electromagnetic waves, in a state of perpetual war, to create problem, reaction, solution scenarios to distract, enrage, and enslave American citizens at home, with tools like the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act, which abridge the Constitution in the name of national security. The militarization of police forces in cities across the U.S., the building of prison camps by the Federal Emergency Management Agency with no stated purpose, the corporate takeover of food and agriculture, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, even the military in clandestine agendas to fatten, dull, sicken, and control a populace already consumed by consumerism.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A government that taps your phone, collects your data, and monitors your whereabouts with impunity. A government preparing to use that data against you when it strikes. And the final takeover begins.
The takeover of America.
By a well-oiled and well-armed multinational group of elites that will cull, kill, and subjugate.
Happening as we sit here.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion using alien replica vehicles that exist and are already in use.
An alien invasion of the U.S.
The Russians tried it in 1947.
You can't say these things.
I'm going to say them tomorrow.
It's fear-mongering, claptrap isolationist techno-paranoia, so bogus and dangerous and stupid that it borders on treason. Saying these things would be incredibly irresponsible.
It's irresponsible not to say it.
Especially if it's the truth.
And there you go. And that's what Alex is always saying, that if it's the truth, we've got to put it out there. And obviously you don't have all the facts for everything, but to just wait until then and allow the message to be controlled, that's definitely very dangerous, especially as we see all of these plans sort of escalating here in these days. So, Joe Biggs, now I know this wasn't really your thing, conspiracies and stuff, before coming here to InfoWars. So when you watched the show last night, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. I know some people didn't. I thought it was interesting to see what it is that, we do here. And I was kind of curious to see how closely they followed Alex Jones and how closely they were going to mimic this character based off of him, the way he spoke, the way he said things. I thought a lot of the things were pretty spot on. I'm just interested to see how they go with the character throughout the rest of this mini-series. Are they going to take him seriously, or are they going to kind of demonize him towards the end? So I'm curious to see how they're going to, treat him, this character, the entire time. But, I liked it. I used to watch the show when I was a child with my mom. That was our go-to show. We sat down in a room every time that X-Files came on and watched, and I didn't really quite get any of it because I was really young. But now I'm starting to see, I've started going back now and rewatching all the series again and watching this as well. So I like it. I enjoy it.
Right, and I know one of the articles I read, they were like, well, why does he have this alien technology, this Tad O'Malley? Why doesn't he alert the mainstream media right away? Hello, the same thing that we have to deal with. They wouldn't believe you, or they would allegedly this happened, even though they're like, I'm standing in front of an alleged alien technology. So
they'll try to make you sound crazy.
Yeah. They'll just perfect sound bites with everything. Even here with Edward Snowden, now we have this story up on Infowars.com about Snowden questioning the latest Islamic State video. The video was put online by the usual suspects, Site Intelligence, and he's wondering if this is, does the Islamic State have some interest in restricting encryption on the internet, or does the FBI? Like, who's really behind this? So you see these.
Well, they want to get this narrative that, if we don't ban encryption or don't break encryption and put backdoors in it for government, the terrorists are going to use that against us. They want us to be afraid of encryption when, in fact, it's a good thing to have. It also keeps government from snooping on you.
Yeah. Well, I guess we will stay tuned into the X-Files as more of these episodes come out and sort of break them down.
Well, X-Files, actually, Gillian Anderson, she's one of the main characters. She came out and gave a little reason as to why X-Files ended. And I kind of wanted to read that if you guys... So she says, the X-Files ended during the Bush administration, and we learned very, very quickly after 9/11 that people couldn't speak up openly in public about what they thought we should do or shouldn't do as a result. Most of our show up until that point was, and still is, about government conspiracies. There are conspiracies now about the government having known about or having caused 9/11, or about it being a ruse and excuse for us to go into Iraq. But it became no longer okay for people to accuse the government of being deceitful or untrustworthy. And that was the backbone of our show, and we couldn't continue. And that is why they stopped filming the X-Files.
Wow, and that is incredible. And, of course, they sort of opened the X-Files with this. This was starting from 9/11, and, that is incredible right there, because that's one of the big freedoms we have here in the United States with the freedom of speech, is being able to question our government and being able to speak out. And now we see how it's just a complete 180, where we have all these kids who've been programmed and indoctrinated in school, basically calling for the end of the First Amendment if it hurts their feelings.
I mean, they want to scare people from talking about things, or they want to demonize reporters for going and reporting on something and then automatically saying that they're invested in that thing that they're reporting in. I mean, for information, while I was on vacation last week, Rob Dew sent me an article from the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, basically saying that I kind of took over the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge with Ammon Bundy, and I was currently living in Oregon, and that I was one of the main people behind it because I reported on it. Now think about that. Me as a reporter, I went to a location, I talked about something, and now I'm a part of that because I reported on it.
Well, right, and that you were actually in Vegas at the time. Yes. Still hold up there.
Yeah, they basically called you a domestic terrorist, too, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the ADL is the exact same thing as the SPLC. Right. Same website layout, same everything.
Well, you have it in an ISIS terrorist video.
I mean, but that's really a scary thing that's happening right now, that as a reporter, you could go and talk about something and then be associated with it just for talking about it.